This is the first in a series of postseason scouting videos that some of our subscribers have requested that we film. We'll try to show any sign we find along the way and all the possible tree stand locations that we might choose to hunt. Comments will be disabled on these videos to keep the locations a secret. Hope you guys enjoy the series.
I'm going back into an area that me and my brother already hunted this year. We hunted it for 3.5 days and it did produce for us. We killed 2 good bucks. One of them was the buck we were after. And there's so many deer over here that I really want to know every good stand in that area. There's a couple areas that I haven't got to scout yet over here, and that's what I'm going to go look at now. So normally I can walk right across this creek, but it is way too high today. It's a small river today. I'm gonna have to use my waders. I brought some waders to get across this creek, so I'm gonna have to put them on and hope I don't fall down going across here, because I got my big camera in my backpack and I definitely don't want to fall and get it wet. I'm about a mile back and I'm getting to where I wanted to start scouting. And I have found a stand, a pre-placed stand that this guy's leaving in here all year long, even though it's on public. Find this every time I go scouting. I find 2 or 3 of these permanent stands in here, but the reason I'm mentioning it is because it's one of the things I'm doing when I'm scouting is looking for the other hunters. I want to know where the pressure is, because then I want to go and hunt somewhere else. I want to hunt around them. A lot of times you can find out where everybody else is hunting in the area, and then you can pretty much pinpoint where the big bucks are going to move through. You know, they're going to move through where they've not been pressured. Found a, looks like a dead buck from years ago. I don't know how old this is, but somebody was sick. They lost a deer in here. Ran over, fell over in this thicket and died. I have found a real hot trail crossing the creek and going up on one of the ridges I was wanting to scout anyways, and I guess this is the trail that that buck was on when he fell down and died. And I figure it was the guy that had that tree stand back there that shot that deer. He must have just made a bad hit on him. No blood, couldn't find him. But this is the best sign I've seen all day, is this trail here is recently used. It looks good. I'm gonna follow it because it's going where I want to go anyways. Intersection of trails in between the thickets. This is probably a really good stand right here on top of this ridge. We'll see. I have found a real good stand here. This is the best thing I've seen all day. There are trails crisscrossing right here everywhere, and check this rub out right here on the trail. And these trails they're wore down. I think you can get right up here in this little saddle on top of this ridge right here, where you can shoot down in here and then shoot off the other side and shoot anything coming down the ridge, and you'd have a hot stand. So this is a good stand. I'm gonna pick this tree right here in front of me. Now this is thick. It's thick. You can't see 5 feet on the ground, but this is the kind of thicket that a buck will feel safe moving through during the daylight hours. And I can get up this tree right here on top of the ridge and shoot down there to where all those trail crossings were. This is the kind of thicket you'll kill a big deer in. You know, as you see, I just found a big deer dead over here on the other side of the thicket. So this looks good. A lot of rubs in here. Old scrapes on this logging road. They scraped right here and right here. I would bet you there's some more down here in front of me. It's another scrape area. Good rubs. Oh, the deer that those droppings belong to definitely made it through the season, I believe. So I know there's another good buck in here to hunt. That's pretty exciting. I like this area. There's a ton of deer in this area. And I'm gonna keep on scouting. I probably won't get back to the truck till after dark. There's another tree stand somebody's left in here. Looks like a tree lounge. Seen a few of these in my day. It was not used this year. They didn't feel like carrying it back out, so they just left it in here. So I wanted to give you a little topographical view of the area that I was scouting on day one here. And that permanent tree stand I found was right here. The buck that they had shot and lost was down here, right in this holler. And I picked out my first good tree stand location right here in this little saddle on this finger ridge. And it was really thick pine with trails moving mainly east-west through here and through here. I'm not expecting any deer movement or action to be coming from south of me, so most likely if I was going to hunt it based on wind direction, it would be best hunted with a north wind. So the other area I found that I liked a lot was this ridge here, and on the north facing side of that ridge was where all of the sign was. That's where all the deer movement was. The south facing side was real open hardwoods, and I don't expect any deer to be traveling that below where I was wanting to hunt right here. So it would also be a really good north wind stand. So if the wind's blowing this way, I don't expect any deer out here because it's so wide open. I'm expecting all of them to basically be coming once again like east-west across the north facing side of this ridge. I got about 500 feet, I think, to climb. Not seen any sign on the side of this mountain. But if there were any big bucks bedding anywhere up here on the side, I would think that up there on that bench is probably as good a place as any. If I was a big buck, this is the kind of knoll or bench I would hide on. When I catch my breath, I'll show it to you. The rest of the mountain is just straight up. I don't see any sign up here. So I'm gonna side hill. There's another bench over here, a little ways away. I'm gonna side hill over to it. See if there's anything remotely interesting over there before I leave. So I'm now at the other knoll on top of the mountain that I thought might be buck bedding. But I don't see any sign here either. We'll walk down a little further and give it a better look. All I see sign of is turkeys. It is time to start heading out of here. So the last area I scouted during the afternoon hours was this steep mountainside here. We had killed a buck in November that was bedded on this lower elevation point here, and my brother ended up getting a shot at him as he was going back to bed in the morning on this steep mountainside right here. So I kind of had not been up farther up the mountain, and I want to check out this flat right here and here for bedding, possible bedding. And I was kind of disappointed with what I found. It was just some turkey scratchings up there, but absolutely no deer sign. I really didn't find any deer sign above this elevation line right here. All the deer sign was down at the lower elevations on this particular mountainside.